My name's Larry Eastwood. I live on the foreshores of Pittwater, Sydney, and I'm in the process of restoring a Gaff cutter, an Arch Logan boat of 1900. But the story starts a few years ago, so let's go back to the beginning. Petrel was designed by Arch Logan and built in Auckland, New Zealand by the Logan Brothers in 1900 to the 30-foot linear rotor rule. She's 28 feet on the waterline, 41 feet on deck and 47 feet overall. She's built of 2 layers of kauri on stringers with no ribs. She was built for a Mr. Sid Dempster of the RPAYC. These photos are of Petrel and other near sister ships Heather, Ioma and Kulwala, and they were the gunboats of their day on Sydney Harbour and later on the Derwent and Port Phillip Bay. Petrel was brought to my attention by Simon Sadubin of Sydney Wooden Boats in 2017. First impression was of a badly neglected boat with resident nesting seagulls. I purchased Petrel for a nominal sum and moved her to Pittwater, where she sat on a mooring awaiting the completion of a boat shed at my Paradise Avenue property. The boat had suffered many indignations over the years: Marconi rig, large cabin, skeg rudder and an unfinished cruising interior. However, there was no denying her beautiful Logan lines. In 2022, with my boat shed and slipway finally completed at Paradise Avenue, we lifted Petrel at the RPAYC. With the assistance again of Simon Sadubin and his team, we've removed the lead keel and engine. The decision was made to cut the bronze keel bolts rather than try and remove them. With the keel and motor removed, and with the addition of a few sandbags over the keelson, we floated Petrel down Pittwater to Paradise Avenue and put the 12-metre boat into an 8-metre boat shed. First thing to go was the extraordinarily heavy skeg rudder. Then came the cabin, and the cockpit, and most of the deck, leaving a few deck beams for hull stability. And finally, the bulkheads, leaving just stringers, ribs and floors. After scraping away many generations of paint, we were able to see the 5/8 thick diagonal kauri boards and the 4 nails and rows per joint with the 4.5 3/8 inch external boards. You will note here the 2 shear clamps. The top one with the current deck needs to be removed. This is the original mast step, which has proved to be inadequate in other boats and will be replaced. Here I am removing the extraneous ribs that have been added at a later time. I'm also removing all the original floors and some of the additional ones, as most have proved to be rotten or just have too many additional fastenings. Note the 2 original stringers. And here is the stripped out hull ready for repairs. So having completed the interior strip out, it was time to tackle the fiberglass on the hull exterior. You can see here where the stainless steel strip chain plates have been for the Marconi rig. Some damage, but fortunately pretty superficial. Removal of the fiberglass proved to be pretty straightforward below the waterline, but pretty arduous above. You can see the quality of the full-length kauri planking. There were, of course, some splits and damaged numerous boards that would need to be addressed, and lots of nail and bolt holes to be plugged. With the hull stripped, it was time for a couple of coats of wood preservative before tackling the next job, which was a series of repairs. The most damage to the boards was where additional fittings and fastenings had been, such as prop shaft, engine mounts, etc. This called for a number of steam bent boards to be scarfed in, especially around the engine area. Other than that, it was gravos and split boards. Finally, the hull was filled, faired, and again epoxy wood preservative applied. So that's episode 1, which covers the first couple of years just stripping the boat out. In episode 2, we'll tackle the big question, what to do next for the restoration.